Today we're visiting the Red Caboose Motel. It's located in Strasburg, Pennsylvania, very close to the Strasburg Railroad and also the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum. Those cabooses were used on the railroad. They've been transported here and then converted into like a motel room. That's really kind of interesting. I'll try and show some shots of the interiors of some of them. I picked up a brochure, but a neat idea to be able to stay in a caboose while you're here visiting the railroad or the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum.
The Red Caboose Motel is a 48-room train motel in the Amish country where guests stay in actual railroad cabooses. The cabooses were initially all painted the traditional railroad shade of red, hence the name, but were later changed so that each car displayed the livery of a different North American railroad. The motel complex consists of 38 cabooses, a railroad post office car, baggage car, farmhouse, barn, and 2 dining cars that serve as a restaurant, separated by a boxcar that serves as the kitchen. The cars are parked on actual railroad track and are removable, having been welded to the tracks. There are 9 different floor plans. Some have 4 or 6 bunk beds, and one caboose is designated the honeymoon suite and is equipped with a jacuzzi. The farm's original house is also used for additional lodging. Most people call them cabooses. However, the Pennsylvania Railroad refers to them as cabin cars. On opening day in May 1970, 4,500 people came to see the motel. In 2018, a miniature train ride, petting zoo, horse-drawn wagon rides, and free movies shown in a barn were also available to guests. The restaurant serves traditional American food that would have been found on trains in the 20th century. It opened in June 1974 and consists of 2 Pennsylvania Railroad 1920s P-70 railroad coaches seating approximately 120 people each. Pennsylvania has a rich history of trains. We're here in Strasburg, Pennsylvania at the Strasburg Railroad. This is a really nice place to visit. Last time I was here, 40-some years ago, I was a whole lot shorter then, and it has grown a lot since then. It's expanded a lot. You can come here and ride the live steam rail train out into the countryside. In recent years, they've added a little pusher-switcher thing called Thomas the Train, which is really great to see. It's really neat to see all these trains out here, and we're going to show you some of it. Hope you enjoy it. The Strasburg Railroad is a heritage railroad and is the oldest continuously operating railroad in the Western Hemisphere. Chartered in 1832, it features vintage 1930s cranky cars for kids, along with several gift shops and a cafe. They have the nation's largest operating fleet of historic wooden passenger coaches and is one of the few railroads in the U.S. to occasionally use steam locomotives to haul freight. It hosts 300,000 visitors a year. Next door is the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum, featuring over 100 locomotives and railroad cars, and houses a world-class collection of artifacts representing the history of railroading in Pennsylvania. Thomas was originally built in 1917 and restored in 1998 and converted to look like Thomas the Tank Engine. His first run was in April 1999, and a crowd of over 65,000 people showed up to welcome Thomas to Strasburg Railroad. Thomas makes 3 appearances each year in April, June, and September. He does make appearances in other stations, but Strasburg is his home station. Strasburg offers 45-minute rides out into the country. There's nothing like the sound of a live steam locomotive. Strasburg has a total of 8 steam locomotives on their current roster, 5 of which are operational. On average, an engine uses half a ton of coal and 1,000 gallons of water for the 45-minute trip. The locomotives cost about $500,000 each to restore. The railroad spends approximately $150,000 a year in maintenance to keep the locomotives safe and operational. And it operates from May to September each year. Well, that's our look at the Strasburg Railroad. We hope you liked it. They're getting ready to pull away for the evening, and we're getting ready to go home for the evening. If you like the content you see, don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe and ring that bell for more content. Till then, I'm your SKS Video Guy, and we'll see you then.